subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Your quality of life is meant to be fully enjoyed each day. The doctors at Ayers Global understand that and strive to provide a quality of life for you that has no equal. Ayers Therapeutic Services combines naturopathic and family medicine to help all your health needs. Diabetic management, hypertension, pain management, and anti-aging are just a few of the services offered by the Ayers family. Call 352-512-0222 today, and Ayers Therapeutic Services will help you begin to understand that better health begins with you.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. No deal on Greek debt. The EU says no bailouts or extensions. The locals are worried.
Things are very bad, yes. Very bad, yes.
You have to stand in line to get
our pension, yes.
I have my work, I have my children, and I'm worrying about the future.
Meanwhile, the State Department says the U.S. is hoping for the best.
We continue to believe it's important that all sides work together to get back to a path that's going to allow Greece to resume reforms and to return to growth within the Eurozone. But again, we're monitoring this very closely.
State Department spokesman John Kirby, Greece's current bailout program expired at midnight Athens time. Summer weather patterns developing from Florida through New York and Ohio. The National Weather Service says it could be a rainy, windy night.
Wind could be anywhere from 30 miles per hour to really upwards. Damaging wind gusts could be 60 miles per hour.
Meteorologist Heather Sheffield, Fox News. We report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa know-how.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a 4-banger, rolling a straight 6, or running a V-something that rattles grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Howdy, RL here for Dairy Queen. Spring is in the air, and so is the smell of meat cooking on our charbroiled grill. You want to treat yourself to one of our most excellent grilled chicken sandwiches or wraps, or maybe a foot-long all-beef chili dog, and wash it down with an orange Julius fruit smoothie with many real fruit flavors. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check.
We are Fox.
Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
We are Fox.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
most common questions those nearing retirement are asking. Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Consumer Warrior, teaching you to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. He's Clark Howard.
I'm glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show, where it's all about you learning ways to save more and spend less. And don't let anybody ever rip you off. Our number, 877-87-CLARK. Follow me at facebook.com/Clark Howard and our web address, clarkhoward.com. Speaking of the web, in 20 minutes in today's Clarkrageous moment, there are some internet service providers that are breaking the law, slowing down your internet access, and you're paying for something you're not getting. I'll tell you who survey says is playing dirty with your wallet in just 20 minutes. And later this hour, I have an update for you on a story I talked about just a month ago, and that is new rules coming into effect for overtime pay. Many tens of millions of Americans who were not eligible for overtime pay in the past are going to be, and I'll tell you the new rules of the paycheck in just a half hour. Want to mention, with the July 4th holiday coming up, a number of things. One, there's a cell phone service I talked about recently called Scratch Wireless that is a cell phone service for principally young kids, tweens, and teens that you pay no monthly fee for. They're offering a sale today on the low-end Android that you use to access the service, $79 non-contract, and then no monthly fee for the cell phone plan. Check it out at scratchwireless.com. And republicwireless.com is offering a July 4th holiday sale on one of the best of the Androids, the Moto X, second generation, is on sale non-contract today for $299. That is a very good price for an excellent top-of-the-line cell phone that then can be used on Republic's $10 a month or $25 a month wireless plans, some of the best offerings for cell phone service in America offered by Republic Wireless. Now, oil prices usually move steadily up till about this week and then start trending down the rest of the year. That was the historical pattern. But oil markets have been so confused the last few years that the normal cycles have been broken. This year, after the tremendous drop in the price of oil and then in what you and I pay for a gallon of gasoline, we've seen a steady uptick over the last few months, but still we're paying less this July 4th holiday week than we paid at any time the last 5 years during this holiday. So gas prices are good right now. Not as good as they were, but good. Diesel, if you run a Volkswagen on diesel or you have a truck that runs on diesel, diesel prices that have long been much, much higher than even premium gasoline are now cheaper at wholesale by a fair amount than the prices for unleaded regular or unleaded premium at wholesale. And so this is a great holiday for people who drive diesel. But moving forward, what's really a positive development is that unless you're in the oil business, is there's new data out that shows that the amount of oil sitting there and gasoline sitting there waiting to be used is huge right now. A big, big, big pile of oil and refined gasoline. And so that means we are poised for a more typical annual pattern, that when we get past this week, the odds are favorable that we're going to start seeing gasoline prices drop again. The oversupply of oil is not just here in the United States, which is historically where it's been, but it's also huge in Europe, which has not been the case, even as we have done really, really well with our oil supplies. And the amount in supply keeps going steadily higher, which is opposite the predictions of the experts who follow the oil industry, who thought that the big drop in oil prices earlier this year would lead to a big reduction in production of oil in the United States from fracking. So far, that has not happened. And so for you and me, it remains a very positive picture as we look down the road. The big unknown is what happens with Iran. And right now, there's an extension of negotiations with Iran that were supposed to end today on their desire to blow up the world with nukes, is now extended to the second week of July. And so if there is a deal that is reached with Iran in the next 2 weeks, that they stand down from their desire to have the nuclear bomb, that it would mean that there would be even additional supplies of oil coming into the market steadily this year and next from the sanctions on Iran being lifted. And if instead we go on a war footing with Iran, if things break down in 2 weeks, all bets are off at that point what happens with oil prices. But just take the information we have right now. It's really good news for your wallet for as far in the future as I can see on the price of gasoline. Betty is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Betty. How are you?
How are you?
Great. Thank you, Betty. Betty, you have a question for me about your Social Security number.
Yes, I'm cautioned all the time. Don't give it out. Don't give it out. So I want to know why when I'm applying for a credit card at a store that, I've given them my name, my address, my phone number. They have copies of my driver's license. Why do I have to give them my Social Security number? I'm afraid somebody's going to get hacked. I don't even put it on my own computer.
So the story is the entire credit issuance system in the United States works on Social Security numbers. So whenever you apply for a mortgage, a car loan, a credit card, any kind of loan at all, that is considered to be the circumstance where it is what they call legitimate business purpose for you to cough up your Social Security number. When the credit bureaus came up with using Social Security numbers as a way to track people for credit, there was no such thing at that point of identity theft. So nobody thought that part through because it was a crime that didn't exist yet. So the system still works based on tracking you by Social Security number, and that's why when you apply for credit, it's mandatory that you cough up the social. I didn't make you happy, did I?
No, you didn't.
But that is how it plays. And so if you want that card, you got to do it. But you said this was for a store card?
Yes.
All right. So do you know that as a general rule, you don't want to get store cards?
No. Why?
Store cards can be bad for your credit standing because they're looked at kind of like as trash credit, where a credit card that's a major, a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover, is looked at as good credit. Store cards and store credit are looked at as trash.
Oh.
So a lot of times you'll be asked at the register, I love the way it's phrased, those poor cashiers having to say this stuff. Would you like to save 15% on your purchase today?
That's what got me.
Yeah. So, but then when they asked for your social, you said no way, right?
Right.
So see, you did yourself a favor. It's not worth that one-time discount to get that trash credit.
Well, I'm glad I said no.
So there is one store credit that I have waved through and said, okay, it's worth doing. It's the Target Red Card thing, where you get 5% discount on everything.
Okay.
Because Target is more expensive, as an example, than shopping at Walmart. But the 5% makes Target more competitive with Walmart.
But
and
there were ones that were hacked, too.
Yeah, and Home Depot was hacked, and seems like everybody at this point has been hacked.
Yes.
So your personal information does float out there more than you'd like, obviously. And one thing you can do if you're fired up about this is something, I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about credit freeze. Is that a term you're familiar with?
Very vaguely. I can't remember what it meant.
All right, so there's a procedure where you can put your credit into the deep freeze, and then even if somebody has all your personal information, they cannot apply for credit as if they're you, because until you lift the freeze or thaw your credit temporarily, no credit application can go through.
Well, that's a good thing.
And depending on where you live in the country, because the fees for credit freeze are set state by state, it's anywhere from nothing to freeze your credit to as much as $30. And I have one-time fee. And I have a credit freeze guide at clarkhoward.com that'll walk you through, if you're wanting to really get into protection mode, how to set up the credit freeze and protect yourself. Richard's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Richard, you're worried about Greece.
Well, I got my 401 or IRA now in two international mutual funds, and they've been in there for years. They've been doing real good, and then all of a sudden, Greece, like it's going downhill. I'm just curious about it.
Well, international mutual funds that have some Greek holdings in them have very, very small amounts of Greek investments. Most money managers around the world over the last 5 years realized that Greece was radioactive as a financial holding and steadily dialed back to near zero or zero holdings in the Greek economy. So even if Greece goes through full meltdown, it's really not going to affect the value of your international mutual funds by any big number.
Yeah, I was worried about the euro, and a lot of this stuff I got's in the United Kingdom and Germany and Asia. And
well, you know, I have my money spread out around the world as well, because we are 4% of the world's population, and we're 20% of the world's economic activity, which means that 80% of the action is outside the United States, and that's the part that's growing faster. So you got to take your chances investing overseas, because it lowers the risk of your overall investment portfolio. And then there are times from time to time, you know, China's not doing so hot right now. Brazil is doing terribly. And Russia, of course, is not doing well. So there are a number of places outside the United States that aren't looking so great right now. But it's a long-term play when you're invested in stock-type choices here and overseas.
So if Greece falls and Portugal follows them and a couple more, that won't really affect anything on these.
Well, you're talking contagion. I'm not worried about Portugal, Spain, and Italy, which are, if you'd asked me 3 years ago, I would have been a lot more worried about those three. Greece is teensy tiny. I mean, Greece has less population than many American states and has an economy much smaller than almost any American state.
Yeah.
So it's not a big player. But you're right. If suddenly you had much bigger countries, much bigger economies like Spain that fell off a cliff, then you might need to go get some antacids. But you know my rule, Richard, if you get antacids, you got to buy store brand antacids, never brand name.
Well, you know, in 2008, when it fell so bad, I lost $70,000 in 2 or 3 weeks.
But did you stay in or did you jump out?
I stayed in. I got it all back. And
Exactly. Because if you try to figure out, I got to jump out now and I'm going to wait till it's safe to jump back in, you miss the recovery that's inevitable. If you believe in the creativity of people, the ingenuity of people, and the guts that people show as entrepreneurs, you got to stay in the game and not run and hide for cover when things get a little dicey for a while. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
We've been hearing a lot about Uber lately, so we decided to get out there and talk to some actual Uber partners to get our questions answered.
Is signing up to drive with Uber really hard?
Nope, signing up with Uber is super easy.
It was simple and easy. Okay, but can I drive my own car?
Yes. You get to drive your own car.
But my roommate doesn't even have a car. Can she drive with Uber?
They can help her get a car too.
I wouldn't be able to get a vehicle if it wasn't for Uber. It took me less than 6 hours to get a car.
So you could just sign up and earn money.
Sign up, drive, and you make some money.
You're saying I can just use the smartphone app to make money whenever I want?
Yeah, you just open the app whenever you feel like driving.
All I have to do is turn on my phone, hit the road, and I start making money.
Are the hours good?
I work less hours and I make more money.
I'm my own boss now, so I set my own hours.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great. What do you think I should do?
You need to sign up for Uber.
You can make serious life-changing money when you drive with Uber. Get started today at drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. drivewithuber.com.
We could use a bunch of fancy scientific studies to explain how Seafoam cleans your engine and improves performance. But recent scientific studies show that scientific studies are boring. So here's something that's not. Seafoam motor treatment, now at Napa for only $7.99. At just $7.99 for Seafoam, you don't need science to tell you that's awesome. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, 16-ounce can. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Vision Computers, in business over 22 years, they still answer their tech support phone in under 15 seconds. At Vision, you get a PC built for you to meet your specs. They even provide a 3-year warranty on parts and labor on all Vision-built laptops and desktops. Vision will also include 1 year of managed service monitoring the health of your computer and perform routine weekly maintenance. Check out the great prices and the great world-class support, 877-9VISION, visioncomputers.com.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind. With a custom treatment plan that really works, I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. You hear a lot of debate, a lot of noise about something called net neutrality, which is the idea that internet traffic should all be treated equally, and the monopolies that bring internet to your home or business shouldn't be able to decide who the winners and losers are. Well, in today's Clark-rageous moment, there's a new study that shows that a number of internet providers are playing games right now with content that you're trying to listen to or trying to watch or visit on your computer.
Scams, rip-offs, outrages. It's a Clark-rageous moment.
The Guardian newspaper reports that AT&T, Verizon, and Time Warner are purposefully ruining your experience on the internet when you're trying to surf pages that they don't like the compensation they're getting from them. And the study that they report on found, as an example, AT&T was slowing the speeds of some web pages that you try to visit to the point that they were moving at only 1% of normal speed. The idea being that the internet experience would be so degraded that you would abandon trying to go to that page, and that the people whose content that is would be forced into a position to pay AT&T money. Now, this is one report about behavior and one study of behavior of AT&T, Time Warner, and Verizon, and some of the games that supposedly they're playing. But this is what's going on behind the scenes. That's why there's so much fuss about net neutrality. If we had many different providers for internet to your home or business and they wanted to play games, that would be fine. But it's not okay when many of us suffer with only one or at most two choices to access the internet. We need free flow of info.
Want a more colorful summer? Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains during the Great Summer Painting Party, June 21st through July 6th. With colors like Beach House, Julep, and Fireworks, summer never looked better. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams paint store and save 30% today. Find your nearest store at sherwinwilliams.com/sale. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I'm Lester Holt with NBC Nightly News.
And I'm Chuck Todd with Meet the Press.
We know you can't always watch on our schedule,
so that's why we are always available on yours.
With video on demand, you can watch NBC Nightly News
and Meet the Press
any day of the week,
any time of the day.
In-depth reporting on the day's top stories from NBC Nightly News.
And political conversations, insight, and analysis from Meet the Press.
Watch our latest broadcasts anytime.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Fox
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. No deal on Greek debt. The EU says no bailouts or extensions. The locals are worried.
Things are very bad, yes. Very bad, yes.
You have to stand in line to get
our pension, yes.
I have my work, I have my children, and I'm worrying about the future.
Meanwhile, the State Department says the U.S. is hoping for the best.
We continue to believe it's important that all sides work together to get back to a path that's going to allow Greece to resume reforms and to return to growth within the Eurozone. But again, we're monitoring this very closely.
State Department spokesman John Kirby, Greece's current bailout program expired at midnight Athens time. Summer weather patterns developing from Florida through New York and Ohio. The National Weather Service says it could be a rainy, windy night.
Wind could be anywhere from 30 miles per hour to really upwards. Damaging wind gusts could be 60 miles per hour.
Meteorologist Heather Sheffield, Fox News. We report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa know-how.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a 4-banger, rolling a straight 6, or running a V-something that rattles Grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
A.J. Allmendinger missed a golden opportunity to qualify for the chase on Sunday. I'm Brian Nelson. That story next on NASCAR Today.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here with a radio transmission. Are you listening to a news radio broadcast right now? Breaking news, folks. Stop listening to that news anchor's jibber-jabber and get the real scoop. My new summer meal's got 10 pieces of chicken, a large coleslaw, baked beans with pulled chicken, 4 biscuits, and a free half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade. And it is available for purchase. Okay, then. That is the end of my radio communication. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's finger-licking good.
Limited time offer. Pricing and participation may vary. The road to victory lane isn't just for drivers anymore. Introducing the official daily fantasy game of NASCAR at DraftKings.com, America's favorite daily fantasy sports site. Just pick a team of 5 drivers and stay under the salary cap. Outscore your opponents and win. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code RUBBER to play for free. You could win part of the $1 billion in prizes being awarded this year. Enter RUBBER to play for free now at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Road racing ace A.J. Allmendinger started last Sunday's event at Sonoma Raceway from the pole position. And for a while, it looked like he could be a player for the victory. But a mid-race trip to the garage area relegated him to an unthinkable 37th place finish. And now, with just one road course left before the chase field is set, AJ's fighting an uphill battle to qualify for his second NASCAR playoff run. But he's not worried.
We've had to sit down and really look at each other and say, okay, we can fall apart or we can come together and be stronger. And our communication's probably the best it's ever been. So that's the positive I really take from it.
This weekend, AJ heads to Daytona. He finished.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to John Goodwin. He's with the Science Fiction Writers of America, and he wants to talk to us about the celebrity outreach for Writers of the Future.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Laura Burns will be here from Career Source Citrus Levy-Marion, giving us some information about jobs right here in our community.
Matt Wilkerson from Verizon Wireless Communications will be in the studio. He'll be speaking about all the new high-tech phones that are out there in the market.
And then attorney John Fuller from the law firm of Fuller & Fuller here in Ocala, answering your legal questions on his program, Legally Yours.
Stephanie Oswald is the award-winning editor-in-chief of Travel Girl magazine. She'll be speaking about patriotic travel tips and destinations for the 4th of July holiday.
And then the voice of travel, Anthony James, coming in from Homewood Suites, where he is the manager. He's coming in to talk to us about traveling. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to The Source, WOCA.
I'm glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show, where it's about you learning ways to save more and spend less. And don't let anyone ever rip you off. You can call me 877-87-CLARK. You can visit me at clarkhoward.com. You can follow me at facebook.com/Clark Howard. About a month ago, I told you that there were likely going to be new rules for payment of overtime. And now those new rules are out. And let me tell you how they're going to play. The prior federal rules limited who was eligible for overtime to a pretty narrow set of workers. Under the new rules, anyone who makes up to around $50,000 a year will now be in a position where an employer will be required, not voluntarily, you will be required to pay overtime to your workers. So someone who right now is considered to be salaried and works however many hours it takes will, moving forward, be paid the equivalent of an hourly wage, even as a manager or a supervisor. Up to that pay amount, you will be paid on an overtime basis beyond the 40 hours a week. This is something that used to be the way it worked if you inflation adjust pay. It's how it used to be, basically 2 generations ago. We moved heavily away from that in recent years, giving employers a lot more latitude in how people would be paid and who would be eligible for overtime. But under these new rules that will be going into effect fully sometime in the next couple of months, I can't tell you an exact date, but under these new rules that are heavily opposed by some business groups, you will be in a position where if you routinely work 50 hours where you work, and right now you're paid just a flat amount, your pay would go up approximately 37.5% if you were still working 50 hours instead of 40. So it would mean a much fatter paycheck. Now, let's look at this from a practical standpoint. If I am a business owner and I'm eking out a profit in my business, and I'm told there are new rules going into play, and I'm going to have to raise the pay to some key employees 37.5%, I am going to change how I employ people and how I use those people in the workplace. And so there's no way that employers are going to boost their payrolls by 37.5%. Ain't gonna happen. So employers will adjust the nature of jobs and job descriptions and work. There will be people who will benefit from this, who are in jobs that really are the kind that they should have been receiving overtime, but they weren't. But as a practical matter overall, people who own businesses are in business to make a profit, and if payroll got out of hand and it destroyed the ability to make a profit, people would no longer have their businesses. So they will adjust how people work, how many hours they work, and the rest to keep the wages under control. Our number, 877-87-CLARK. Jason joins us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Jason.
Hey, how are you today?
Great, thank you, Jason. You are someone burdened with student loan debt. Is that true?
That's true.
How much you got?
Probably about $40,000 left.
$40,000 left. What did you start with?
Probably about twice that. I got a degree in the early 90s, and then I got another degree in the early 2000s.
Wow. So you at one time had the debt of a condo for your education, but you're halfway home on it.
Yeah.
Well, how can I be of service? Because it sounds like you're on the right trend line paying it down.
Yeah, well, last week I got an automated call suggesting some options for a student loan, and if you would like to call back. Basically, a company called me and said that with a little bit of information that I would get $50,000 worth of student loan forgiveness. And I understand there's been some talk in politics and things about some programs like that, but hadn't heard of anything yet, and then was trying to get me to divulge information so he could sign into my student loan account.
No way. No, he did not.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
You didn't give any of that, I hope.
No, no.
All right, so I'm glad you called because this is very important. All these quote-unquote companies that are doing the automated calls and sending the junk emails, they're all scams. There is no place at all where any of these companies are legit. They're all crooked.
Yeah, that was the assumption I made automatically.
So
I just went along with it, giving the least information I could to see what they were trying to get from me. So,
well, let me tell you the part that is true. So, if you have federal student loans, are your remaining $40,000 federal or private?
Federal.
So you have federal loans. There is an existing program that applies to your loans from early last decade called income-based repayment. And income-based repayment came with a program where after paying on time for so many years, the remainder of your federal loans would be forgiven. That program is being superseded for older loans by a program that has already existed for newer student loans since, I think, 2008. But now it will go back to older loans starting October 1st, and that program is called Pay As You Earn. And with it, based on what you do for a living, what do you do for a living?
I'm a retail manager of a fine wine and spirit shop.
Wow. Okay. You don't hear that from people every day. So for you, you were eligible for the less generous version of Pay As You Earn that allows you, after 20 years of on-time payments, to have the remaining balance of your federal student loans forgiven. And you can convert into that program come October. If you were working as a school teacher or police officer, social worker, something that comes under the general category of public service, you would be eligible for 10-year loan forgiveness. So what the person was telling you, saying, hey, do I have a deal for you? Free money, free money, free money, your loan's forgiven. There's a lot to it and a lot of time involved to get there. So are you able to handle this $40,000 okay? Are you on a schedule where you're paying them?
Yeah. I've been, I think I've been back on track for a couple of years now.
Oh, so you kind of fell delinquent for a while?
Yeah, well, actually, I have neither here nor there. There was a mistake in the amount of forbearance that I thought I had banked. And they had an old address for me, so I went about a year where I wasn't making anything, but I didn't know.
Okay, but everything's
once we got
okay
that
now.
squared away, yeah.
Everybody's happy with you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm probably going on 30 months now of everything being above board. So.
All right. So when October comes around, particularly if you have variable income in your job as a manager, you should at that time convert to pay as you earn for the rest of the way out, because it allows you to be considered to be current and be having the clock run, even if you're unemployed and can't work, or your income goes down, your required payment goes down, you're still considered to be current. Your income goes up, your payment has to go up. It allows you to breathe based on where your life is at that moment.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
But as far as what the clowns are saying, they're not funny clowns at all. They're the terrible people that are doing these solicitations. They are all hoodlums. And don't get involved with any of these companies that say they're going to be your hero and make miraculous things happen with your student loans, because they're liars. Our number 877-87-CLARK. Ed is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Hello, Clark. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. You want to fly to New York City?
Yes, sir.
How can I be of help with that?
I'm going out the first week in August, and I'm wondering I should book it now, or is there any good deals coming on anytime soon?
Early August is usually not when the bargains start, unfortunately. The bargains for domestic airfares tend to go into effect for travel after about the 15th of August in a typical summer. So if you're going to go the first week of August, you're probably in shock how much the airfares are.
Yeah, the prices went up quite a bit. I got some pretty good deals early in the summer. I just came back a couple weeks ago, and now they seem like they've gone up pretty good. And
because early August for a lot of people is kind of the last blast of summer. And now that so many school systems in the South and the West go back to school in early August, that particularly that first week of August tends to be expensive for cruises, for air flights, and for a lot of resort kind of areas tends to be expensive. So I would say if you get to be 21 days out from your departure date and no sale has come along that's something to jump for joy about, you go under 21 days, you'll likely see the fare move up from where it already seems too high. So that would be the point at which I'd say you just got to suck it up and buy the ticket.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought 3 weeks was a good number, and I'm a month out, but I know that things change pretty quickly here. But I never know when a sale may come up. I don't know whether the first week of August is starting to start to come down yet or not. But.
And one thing you can look at, I don't know if you can tolerate them, but if you look at the three what I call hard discount airlines, they are kind of under the radar with service to the New York metro area, and that's Frontier, which flies near Princeton, New Jersey, Spirit Air, which flies into New York City. I don't think Allegiant's flying to New York yet, but if you try Frontier and Spirit, you may find that you can get a decent price, but it's some work to fly them.
Yes, there is. I recently flown one of them, and I was not very happy.
Which one did you fly?
Frontier.
Yeah, Frontier is the most complained about airline in America, and they don't have their customer service act together right now. So I guess with them, you get what you pay for when you buy a $19 ticket. You're listening to the Clark Howard Show.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At TermBusters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call TermBusters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
I'm Lester Holt with NBC Nightly News.
And I'm Chuck Todd with Meet the Press.
We know you can't always watch on our schedule,
so that's why we are always available on yours.
With video on demand, you can watch NBC Nightly News
and Meet the Press
any day of the week,
any time of the day.
In-depth reporting on the day's top stories from NBC Nightly News.
And political conversations, insight, and analysis from Meet the Press.
Watch our latest broadcasts anytime
with video on demand.
Let's do some simple math. Say you get the Discover It card and you earn $100 in cash back. Now multiply it by 2. What do you have? Well, $200 cash back. That's right. Now when you get the Discover It card, we'll automatically double all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Plus, you can redeem any amount, anytime, and your rewards never expire. You might say your love for Discover will double. Just some of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Apply now at discover.com/double. Exclusive offer for new card members. Limitations apply.
When you were a kid, you had all sorts of toys. Toy cars, boats, trucks, entire toy boxes full of fun. Of course, you never really outgrow your toys, do you? It's just that now, instead of a box full, you have a garage full. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and more. As you get older, your love of toys just gets stronger. So protect those toys the best way possible by switching to Allstate. An Allstate agent can help do the switching, paperwork, bundle all your policies together, and even find you a bunch of discounts. So if you love your toys, make sure you protect your toys by making one call to an Allstate agent.
Protect all your toys with Allstate and the McDonald Agency. Established in 1985, we have offices in Ocala and the Villages to better serve you. Give us a call at 622-2333. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Are you in good hands?
Do you remember when summer was a celebration? You know, no schools, no worries, just days packed with your favorite pastime. It was the splendid season you dreamed of all year long. But as you got older and busier, the summer seemed to lose its sparkle. Where did those carefree days go? Well, they're closer than you think. Summer's still sensational at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, where you can come out and play the grown-up way with our affordable summer memberships. Enjoy our championship golf course celebrating the game's greatest holes, hard-true tennis courts, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. Explore our stately 77,000-square-foot clubhouse and unwind at our relaxing spa.
Don't forget the pool!
It's a summer unlike any other, and it's yours with a Golden Ocala summer membership. You can call Golden Ocala at 629-6229 to inquire about a summer membership, or you can visit goldenocala.com to learn more. That's goldenocala.com.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
WWWOCA, WOCA,
AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3 FM.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. And Charlie is with us. Hi, Charlie. How are you today?
Hi, Clark. I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
Wonderful, thank you. What's going on, Charlie?
Well, I'm looking to open a savings or a money market account, and I'm just wondering what your take is on it, whether money market or savings is better, and whether there's any consideration I should look at other than the best rate I can find.
Only the best rate you can find. Nothing else matters.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about anything else other than the rate, because as far as having a savings account, if you are not going to do a lot of activity in the account, just going straight into the best savings account you can get is enough. And being, whether it's a money market account or it's a savings account, the only issue is the rate. With the money market account, if you're going to do a lot of transactions, there are specific federal rules that limit how many withdrawals you can make, and that would be the only reason, if you needed to do multiple withdrawals over time, that you would do a simple savings account instead of a money market account.
Right. Yeah, I obviously find that the online banks seem to be considerably better than just the local banks.
So the on-time banks, the online banks are paying up to 125 times the interest that you would get from a giant monster mega bank, and roughly 10 times what you would get from a local bank.
Right.
And the rates have moved up a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed, if you follow these rates, but the rates have gone up from a number of the online banks, with the rates now, I can't believe this is like something that has me excited, 1.25%. Because I remember back during galloping inflation when you earned over 18% on a savings account.
Wow. I remember that too, and not too many of us do.
Yeah, well, I remember the 20% mortgages too.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
I'd rather have no inflation like we have now and low savings rates than have the galloping inflation of many years ago.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on your situation, because I'm retired and I'm looking for...
You're getting clobbered. Yeah. Retirees, the Federal Reserve manipulating interest rates down has been brutal for you as a retiree. The good news for you is that unless Greece leads to a big meltdown in Europe, you're going to see interest rates on what you earn on savings start to go up probably in as soon as the next 75 days.
Wow. Well, that's something to hope for, isn't it?
And it's something that, returning to a more normal economy and interest rate environment will be healthy.
Right. Now, would you expect that if interest rates go up on savings, that then the stock market might be in trouble?
Well, savings rates compete with the stock market, obviously, that people can't earn any money on savings, so it encourages people to take more risk and go into stocks. But I don't think that that's a long-term issue, because if the economy is getting stronger, which it has to be for interest rates to go up, it means that companies are getting more powerful and reporting higher sales and higher profits ultimately as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So in the short term, yeah, there may be a little pinch on stock market values when interest rates start to rise, but having a healthier, sustained, longer-term economy is better for everybody, and ultimately the economy getting better means that companies can charge more too and make more.
This weather brought to you by Kenny's Place Nursery. Beautiful people selling beautiful plants and flowers at beautiful prices. Give them a call, 352-867-1213 for Kenny's Place.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
96.3 FM.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. The White House announcing that it's reached an agreement with Cuba to reopen embassies. The diplomatic missions will be the first in Washington and Havana since ties were severed between the two countries more than 50 years ago. The deadline has passed, but Greece is still trying to negotiate bailout terms with its EU partners.
As it stands, a request from Greece to extend its current bailout has been denied. A new bailout request will be considered tomorrow.
Fox Business Network's Ashley Webster. The State Department readying the release of 3,000 more pages of emails from Hillary Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State.
The State Department said the Hillary Clinton emails cover the early part of her term as Secretary of State from March until December 2009, and the decision to release them late Tuesday evening was not political but practical, according to spokesman John Kirby.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Fox News, we report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa know-how.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a 4-banger, rolling a straight 6, or running a V-something that rattles Grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to John Goodwin. He's with the Science Fiction Writers of America, and he wants to talk to us about the celebrity outreach for writers of the future.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Laura Burns will be here from Career Source Citrus Levy-Marion, giving us some information about jobs right here in our community.
Matt Wilkerson from Verizon Wireless Communications will be in the studio. He'll be speaking about all the new high-tech phones that are out there in the market.
And then attorney John Fuller from the law firm of Fuller & Fuller here in Ocala, answering your legal questions on his program, Legally Yours.
Stephanie Oswald is the award-winning editor-in-chief of Travel Girl magazine. She'll be speaking about patriotic travel tips and destinations for the 4th of July holiday.
And then the voice of travel, Anthony James, coming in from Homewood Suites, where he is the manager. He's coming in to talk to us about traveling. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
John Tesh Radio Show. Over 40% of women surveyed will check out your LinkedIn to see how you're doing job-wise. But stuffing your anger down isn't the answer either. In fact, that makes blood pressure skyrocket even more than screaming. Instead, go for a run. The latest coverage options are heavy duty, designed to conceal even the biggest and baddest tattoos while still looking natural.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. 12 climate-controlled state-of-the-art lanes. R&D Tactical Solutions, full retail store, everything from firearms to CCW classes. Located next to the Supervisor of Elections. Open 9 to 7 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturdays, and 10 to 4 Sundays. Call 622-7468. R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. Call 622-7468.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Your wallet and your future. Missing a minute can cost you big time. Prepare to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off with Clark Howard.
I'm glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show, where it's all about you learning ways to save more and spend less. And don't let anybody ever rip you off. Coming up a half hour from now, you buy a car. It sits idle 23 plus hours a day on average. What if you could turn those 23 hours of idleness into money that you made money off of your car? I'm going to tell you how Ford Motor Company is getting into that business and how that may be a part of your future, driving your car nearly for free. How about that? That's in a half hour. Follow me at facebook.com/Clark Howard. Our web address, clarkhoward.com. Call me, 877-87-CLARK. And the winner is... the latest survey in the American Customer Satisfaction Index is in, and the highest rated restaurant in the United States, sit down, casual, quick serve, or fast food, the highest rated in the United States is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A got a higher customer satisfaction score from the American Customer Satisfaction Index than fancy, pricey, sit-down restaurants. The number one customer experience. Chick-fil-A uses a very unusual system for its restaurants. The proprietor of the restaurant is referred to as an operator. The operator is put into business by Chick-fil-A, shares in the profits with Chick-fil-A for the store, but serves at the pleasure of Chick-fil-A. So different than a franchise, different than a company-owned location. It is a hybrid blend where the employee owner-operator is not an owner in a traditional sense. They make a big income if they run a good, profitable store. If they don't run a good operation, they're out the door. So Chick-fil-A is able to have an entrepreneurial spirit in each location and at the same time have full, complete operational control. It is a brilliant business model and is partially responsible for the fact that they are head and shoulders, according to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, the best operation in America. And they do something else too. They don't open on Sundays. It's it's privately owned company, owned by a very religious family. And for religious reasons, Sunday is the day of rest for them. The place is closed. I believe that something they did for religious reasons is brilliant for business, because somebody who is working in one as a manager or ultimately as an operator knows that they're not going to be working every day of the year, that they have every week, they have a day off. And I think that leads to a higher quality operation, and their sales are higher in 6 days than any other operator's sales in 7 days. So giving people a day off is a great thing. I was talking to a lady who owns her own restaurant, an independent restaurant, kind of a foodie kind of place. And I was talking to her about being open 7 days a week. And she had decided to only be open 6 days, closing on Mondays, because weekends are her big days. And how much it's improved the quality of her life being closed a day a week. And so you got to leave time to refresh, for your staff to stay fresh, and you can run a better operation and potentially make a better living letting the place be quiet a day or two a week. Who else did well? Texas Roadhouse and Chipotle tied for second place overall in who was doing the best job. Chipotle has been on quite a roll, very popular place with people. The worst in the survey lowest rated was McDonald's. McDonald's was the only rated full service or fast food place that got what is a failing score on the American Customer Satisfaction Index, getting a score of 67, which ironically enough makes them light years higher in customer satisfaction, the American Customer Satisfaction Index, than Comcast, the cable monster, who leads the Hall of Shame of all companies in America for the worst service in any industry at any time, anywhere. You can tell I love Comcast. In fact, I'll probably name my next dog Comcast. Right. Mary Ellen is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Mary Ellen.
Hi, Clark.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Mary Ellen, you got a letter in the mail no one wants to get.
I did indeed. It was notification from OPM that my data might have been hacked, and a whole list of things to do. Thanks to you, I froze my credit with all 3 credit bureaus well over probably 2 years ago now, but the grapevine has told me that I also need to freeze it with a bureau called Innovis, and I had never heard of them, and I was just wondering what your thoughts were on that.
Innovis is sometimes referred to as the 4th credit bureau, and they're really in a different line of business than Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So I don't know that you need to really do anything with Innovis. I don't know there's any value in you doing that.
Okay.
So I wouldn't bother.
Okay.
If you've frozen Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, you've done what you can do. And were you someone who was in a sensitive position with information to classified documents when you were a federal employee?
No, thank goodness.
Okay, so you are not one of the people who's at great risk, which is for foreign espionage. So for you, it's just garden variety identity theft, and so you've done the precautions you should take.
Do you have another quick question related to that?
Sure.
The letter from OPM, it gave you a new PIN number to go in and register with them for extra protection in addition to what they're automatically giving you. And there was some discussion online from people who had done that, who said that they were really wary about having done that because they asked them a series of questions related to their identity that it set off a red flag that maybe that was part of the hack.
Okay, so what OPM is doing is they probably contracted with one of the three credit bureaus we just talked about, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, with challenge questions to verify identity.
Correct.
Before they would allow you access through PIN to your personnel file.
That was the way I understood it.
Yeah, so I have not heard or read anywhere that is in fact any kind of fraudulent activity, that is in fact a process to add a layer of protection with a personally assigned PIN to access personnel records. So I think that there's no faith and trust right now in the personnel file system for federal employees. So people will be suspicious of everything, but I know of no reason to be suspicious of the challenge questions.
Okay. Do you think that you ought to go that extra mile, especially if you think you're low on the list of those people that they want that data?
There's not much they can do to you. You're not bulletproof with the credit freeze, but you sure make it a lot more work for someone to cause any hassle for you. So I would rest easy.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your input.
Okay, have a great day. Our number 877-87-CLARK. Patrick is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Patrick, you have a very frustrating problem. Tell me.
Yes, maybe if we knew this 15, 16 years ago, maybe we wouldn't have done it.
What's the scoop?
Well, let's see. First off, we did go through a bankruptcy, got everything straight. We got good credit now. All that's good. We're like 721 and 718, my wife and I. And but we can't get a refi because we have a manufactured home.
Is your manufactured home on a permanent foundation?
Yes, we're on a concrete block foundation. Yes, sir.
And is it on your own land, or are you in
It's our land, yes.
Okay. So it is possible for you to be able to get a refi on a manufactured home that's on a permanent foundation at an interest rate that's not eye-popping. You know, a lot of people aren't aware, Patrick, that if you have a manufactured home, that you're usually charged an interest rate 2 to 3 times what the prevailing rate is for a traditional home.
Okay.
And so that is how it normally plays. But if you can get a title to the home, what's often called a certificate of origin, do you have one of those?
Nah, not that I'm aware of. I got a lot of old paperwork, though. Certificate of what now?
It's called a certificate of origin from when it was manufactured.
Oh, okay. That'd be Florida.
So it's kind of like a title on the manufactured home.
Uh-huh.
And you fully own the land that it sits on. You have a deed for the land. That will make it possible with some of the lenders for you to be able to get a rate near what you would on a traditional home.
Okay, well we are at 6.5%.
6.5%, believe it or not, that's fixed rate on a manufactured home?
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Oh, I know that, but I hear all these 3-4% ones going on around here, and before anything else happens, I just thought maybe we could do this and maybe get it paid off sooner. That's what the plan would be.
How many years do you have left?
It was 30 years to begin with, and that was 98.
Oh, you're most of the way done.
Yeah.
How much do you owe at this point?
They say payoff would be around $70,000.
Wow, you owe quite a bit.
Well, the thing is, also, this might be a bugaboo, too. We used land in lieu of for the down payment situation.
Okay, that is going to be tough.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any bank near you that's a true local bank, not part of a big bank operation?
Yes, I believe we do.
I would go talk to the president of that bank.
Yeah.
Because you're local to the area, obviously. You've been there at least 17 years.
Yeah.
You've shown stability. I would go talk to the president of the bank and see if there's a loan they'll make for you at a better rate than 6.5.
Okay.
Is your land worth enough that they would feel safe making you a loan for 70 grand?
I would think so.
All right. So the land
about 4
alone,
acres.
the land alone may be what would get a local bank that keeps the loan on their own books, called in portfolio, to be willing to make you a loan for that 70 grand at a more favorable rate than the 6.5. But I got to tell you, 6.5 in that situation isn't bad. Maybe you can do better, but not bad. You're listening to the Clark Howard Show.
It's been a long day. You've walked through 18 open houses, and you're pretty sure 10 of them have been ignored since the 80s. Your feet hurt, and your head is buzzing with words like wainscoting and butler's pantry. The idea of living in a van is starting to sound strangely appealing. But then you hear it. The sound of salvation, of hope, of Zillow. You glance at your phone to see a 3-bedroom Craftsman in the right school district, walking distance to coffee with a finished deck. It's pretty perfect, and it just showed up on your phone, like magic. When you sign up for mobile alerts from Zillow, we'll send you homes that fit your search criteria when they hit the market. You can view interior photos, historical pricing data, and learn more about the neighborhood right from your phone. Sign up today at Zillow.com or on our mobile and tablet apps. And to think, you wanted to live in a van. Zillow. Find your way home.
You bought 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional oil and a Napa Silver filter for just $19.99. So now's your time to shine, king of the cul-de-sac. Just don't drop the drain plug in the pan. Again. 5 quarts of Valvoline and a silver filter, just $19.99. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Power Service Diesel Clean plus Cetane Boost is a complete injector cleaner and performance improver made just for diesels that cleans injectors, boosts cetane, and lubricates fuel injection components. To get the benefits of today's cleaner burning fuels, new technology is required. The Max HP formula of Diesel Clean restores lost power, smooths rough running engines, and improves fuel economy up to 8%. You can't get peak diesel performance from an additive made for both gas and diesel. Get Diesel Clean at auto and farm and ranch stores nationwide.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm
Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Our number is 877-87-CLARK, and Doug is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Doug, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Clark?
Great, thank you. So you got one in college, huh?
Well, she's going to start college this fall, and the reason I called was to ask some advice on credit cards. She has her own debit card linked to her bank, but we'd like her to have a credit card to use for some expenses as needed or emergencies. And instead of doing my homework, I thought I'd just call your show because it would be easier, and I figured you'd have some good advice on credit cards for college-bound kids.
So tell me how mature and responsible your daughter is.
Pretty good. She's 18, valedictorian of her class.
That's something I never was.
So she hasn't caused me any grief. So.
Okay. The reason I was asking the maturity question, is always a tough thing to ask a parent, is that the best answer, if you feel like you can trust her with the freedom of a credit card, is that you make her an authorized user on an account that you have.
Okay.
And that will help her start to establish a credit identity. When she turns 21, she'll be able to get credit cards on her own. As long as she's a full-time college student, they waive all the normal requirements and just issue her a card. And this way you will be at risk for what she charges, which is why you've got to set down clear ground rules. But that would be the best way for you to be able to let her charge purchases that you'd like her to at school.
Okay. And she'd be establishing her own credit, even though she'd be still on our account?
That is a great question. It depends on the issuer. With authorized user status, some issuers report you pretty much like a holder of an account for credit purposes. And so that could be of use for her in establishing a credit identity.
Okay, well, that was part of our desire, is that she would be able to establish her own credit identity. So,
well, the laws were changed up to about, I guess it was 6 years ago, when a freshman arrived at campus. There were banks set up all over the place at orientation week, signing people up for college credit cards. And now they have to wait till someone has had his or her 21st birthday.
Okay.
So for now, you can issue her an authorized user card with one of your existing accounts, and then in 36 months or whenever her 21st birthday is, that's when she can get her own card or cards. And my recommendation for anyone who's a full-time college student when you turn 21 is to get 2 major credit cards as part of establishing credit for when you've graduated from school.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's July 4th weekend, live from Daytona. It's about rockets, red glare, white knuckles, and blue steel. Love taps, grading paint, and taking flags. It's friends, family, and a whole lot of faith. America, start your engines. NASCAR is back on NBC. The Coke 0400 Sunday, 7 Eastern on NBC. Coverage begins Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on NBCSN.
For over 75 years, Geico's kept an eye on the future, keeping customers happy with things like 24/7 customer support and emergency roadside service. And to prove it, here's one of our commercials from over 75 years ago.
At Geico, we promise to always find innovative new ways to serve you. In fact, we're so innovative, in 75 years, they'll listen to this old radio commercial and think, wow, they were innovative.
Wow, we are innovative.
Geico. The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. The White House announcing that it's reached an agreement with Cuba to reopen embassies. The diplomatic missions will be the first in Washington and Havana since ties were severed between the two countries more than 50 years ago. The deadline has passed, but Greece is still trying to negotiate bailout terms with its EU partners.
As it stands, a request from Greece to extend its current bailout has been denied. A new bailout request will be considered tomorrow.
Fox Business Network's Ashley Webster. The State Department readying the release of 3,000 more pages of emails from Hillary Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State.
The State Department said the Hillary Clinton emails cover the early part of her term as Secretary of State from March until December 2009, and the decision to release them late Tuesday evening was not political but practical, according to spokesman John Kirby.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Fox News, we report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa know-how.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a four-banger, rolling a straight six, or running a V-something that rattles Grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
A xylophone sounds dreamy.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, Robin. I'm shipping it to the Musical Historical Society.
And you're packing it like that?
What, this won't work?
Why don't you take it to the Personal Service Center at the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street in Ocala? Just look for the yellow signs.
Great idea. That'll save me a lot of time.
The passing of time.
Personal Service Center makes sending packages easy.
And quick, call 789-6683
for the Personal Service Center.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
I'm glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show for some empowerment with knowledge that'll help pack a punch in your wallet so you can keep more of what you make. And you can follow me at facebook.com/Clark Howard. Visit me at clarkhoward.com. Call me 877-87-CLARK. And Ford used to have a slogan, Ford has a better idea. Well, Ford is not going to let the future run it over. They are going to do an experiment where they are going to give you an opportunity, if you live in a handful of test cities, to be part of a peer-to-peer car sharing. Listen what they're doing. You can take your car, if you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, Portland, Oregon, Chicago, or Washington, D.C., and 14,000 lucky people in those metro areas are going to be able to be in Ford's peer-to-peer car sharing, where you will be essentially a one-person Hertz, Avis, National, Alamo, Enterprise. You'll be your own car rental agency with an umbrella of insurance offered by Ford Motor Company, a digital platform where people will be able to book your vehicle as a rental, and then you get 60% of the money. The Ford peer-to-peer operation gets 40%. It gives people the opportunity to have wheels that need them for an hour, a day, or whatever, and it gives you the opportunity to turn an idle car into cash. The typical car sits a little over 23 hours a day. There have been other Silicon Valley attempts to offer car sharing programs, and none have really caught a lot of traction yet. But the idea of people being able to get a car on demand and you being able to turn your car into cash, turn it into money that you get for being a rental agency, is a very, very promising idea. That the big gap, the difficulty has been the insurance side. Because you're renting your car to somebody who, if they have a wreck, people get injured, who are they coming after? They're coming after you because you own the vehicle. So in the Ford test, there's like a mega insurance policy that sits over your temporary rental of the vehicle. The rates work out to be, for the person using your car, because it's expected to be on an hourly basis, it's about $7 an hour for somebody to have a car when they need it in a short cycle. And I don't know if the Ford effort's going to work, which one's going to work, but we're definitely going to have the ability in the near future for you to be able to take a car you're making a monthly payment on and get income from it when you're not using it. Ford is doing a bunch of things in addition to the car swapping. Ford is coming out with an electric bike, and their research says that particularly with the millennials, that their attitudes about mobility are extremely different than any people's interest in transportation since at least the end of World War II forward. But we are in a new era, and the idea of being able to generate income from idle cars, I think it's absolutely a brilliant concept. Steve is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Clark. Say, I want to start out by thanking you for taking my call.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, Steve.
Well, okay. My question is that I have a vehicle that I own, and it's 2 years old. And, you know, you're well aware that during the 4th of July and as you approach the model change, dealers are offering a lot of incentives. And I was wondering, is there an optimum time to sell a vehicle when you purchase it new, or should you just keep the vehicle until the maintenance becomes overwhelming?
Yeah, a 2-year-old car, you want to hold on to that thing because a new car loses the greatest amount of its value in the first 12 months, the next greatest in the next 12 months, and on like that, that what's called the depreciation curve starts off very steep and then starts to flatten out. The great news, Steve, is that cars are unbelievably more reliable than they used to be. I was talking to a car guy just yesterday about the reality that 15 years ago, I got lemon law questions every single week I was on the air. There was never a week out of 52 that I didn't get at least one call about somebody wanting to lemon law a car. In the last year, I have gotten a grand total of one lemon law call because the cars are made so much better today. So if you've got a 2-year-old car, how many miles do you have on the thing?
I have less than 27,000.
Right, so you're driving a typical mileage cycle somewhere between 12 and 15,000 miles a year. It's kind of like an average for a driver with a car. So your car is still a baby. It's got a long, long, long road in front of it. So I would feel no urgency at all to ditch it unless you hate it. Do you hate the car?
No, actually, it's been a really excellent vehicle. There's been no warranty issues. You put fuel and change the lubricants in it, and it just keeps running.
Then I'd say you got no move other than to keep driving that car.
Well, okay, I certainly appreciate that.
Now, that's said by an owner of a 12-year-old minivan. So I'm a big fan of keeping vehicles on the road when you buy them new for 10 years or if you buy them used for 4 years or more.
Okay.
So
okay, well, Clark, I certainly appreciate your advice.
And
Thank you.
I expect not to hear from you 1 week after your warranty ends on that thing and you say, Clark, you gave me the worst advice ever. The engine fell out of the bottom of the thing. The reality is that cars often today last completely trouble-free for years and years and years, far beyond a manufacturer's warranty in years or miles. Cindy is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Clark, and belated happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
I missed your party, but that was great. Love to hear all about it.
Well, thank you very much. And I want to appreciate my gratitude to everyone who's been so gracious and warm about my 60th birthday.
Yeah, 60. You're just a babe. Gosh, I'm a lot older than you are. We were having dinner with my daughter the other night, casually, a birthday, and she's 40, and we were talking about finances, and she informed us that she had $35,000 sitting in her checking account. She didn't know what to do with it. I told her she could give it to me, but that didn't go over very good.
All right, now first things first. Okay. Usually, when you hear about something involving money from an adult child, it's almost always a surprise on the bad side. So good for you that your 40-year-old daughter hit you with a surprise on the good side, that she's sitting there with such a huge amount of money just as idle cash.
Right.
But having $35,000 in a checking account is not a good place to have cash.
That's what we told her.
What's her goal with that money? Why does she have it?
She just works all the time, and she doesn't spend any money. She's got a car that's got a 2% loan on it that's 2 years old, a nice little car, and she owns a condo that's got a really low interest because it's a first-time owner, and she loves her condo downtown, and so and she doesn't really have a goal. She just has a really good salary, and it goes in the checking account.
What's she doing to save for retirement?
Nothing.
Aha! That's what I want her to be doing.
Right.
So is she self-employed or work for somebody?
She works for somebody. So I just told her I was going to call you and ask you what to do.
All right. So if she works for somebody, if they offer any kind of retirement plan,
government.
They don't?
It's government.
Oh, government.
Oh, yeah.
Federal or state or local?
Federal.
So if she's a federal employee, I want her immediately to start participating in the TSP plan.
TSP. Okay, I'm writing it down.
Thrift Savings Plan. It's like a 401k plan that people have with private employers, except it's a whole lot better.
Okay.
So if she's somebody who's handling her money very well, sitting there with excess cash, but she's never saved for retirement, I want her to go all in on the life cycle choice. It's called the Life Cycle Fund in the TSP.
Okay.
And so that would be the number one thing I'd want her to do. And if she's able to do that and still have enough money to live on, then the next thing I want her to do with that $35,000 is I want her to set up what's known as a Roth IRA.
Yes.
And put $5,500 in that for this year. And then when she hits January next year, $5,500. But she needs to run a while with doing big contributions to the TSP to see if she still has enough money to live on before she then goes the next step of also putting money into a Roth. Because if she's 40 and she's never saved for retirement, she's got some catch up to do. She's got some makeup to do.
Okay. All righty. I knew you would have the answer for her.
Well, best to her and best to you. And it's great that she lives such a careful existence with her money. Allison's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Allison, you have a question for me about something that was ultra popular 15 or so years ago. What's that?
Car wrapping.
Car wrapping is not somebody singing a rap song. It's when you have your car wrapped with a film advertising a particular business or product.
Uh-huh.
And do you have somebody pitching you about having your car wrapped?
No, I just heard about it as a way to earn extra income, and I just wanted to, know more about what you think about it, and is it legit?
It was legit long ago. There has not been a legitimate car wrapping thing out there in the last 12 or 14 years.
Okay.
Any of the ones that have come along in the last decade or so have been just con artists stealing your money.
Okay.
There are a lot more vehicles being wrapped, but they're company vehicles that are being wrapped. There is no business right now that I'm aware of where somebody's making a go of it again, paying people to wrap people's individual private cars or vans or vehicles. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Ew, get the stinky dog away from me.
Petey stopped eating. All his hair fell out.
Mounds and mounds of fur. Our hairballs have hairballs.
Bad breath and bad gas.
Chew himself raw, sticky, gooey, smelly. She scratched incessantly.
At least $5,000 in vet bill.
And all it took was one container of Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Adding Dinovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
The shedding is stopped and the itching is stopped.
Tons of energy, no more bad smell.
She has gotten this puppy look. Her coat has sheen.
Everything we tried failed except the Dinovite.
My vet was completely blown away.
Dinovite's the bomb.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind. With a custom treatment plan that really works, I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
WWWOCA,
Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. We are The Source, WOCA.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-Clark, and Elizabeth is with us. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Clark. How's it going?
I'm having a wonderful day, Elizabeth. Hope you are.
I am as well. Thanks for asking. So here's my question. My husband and his dad have very similar names, and before we were married, my father-in-law filed for bankruptcy, and it ended up affecting my husband's credit.
You know what they call that in the business?
Huh.
They call that a married file.
Okay. Well, here's the issue. They were able to correct it, but I am concerned that I may be in a similar situation because now my mom is actually getting ready to file bankruptcy, and we have very similar names. And I know that it's supposed to be connected to the social, but I was wondering if there was anything that I could do to protect myself from it affecting my credit.
I wish I could tell you the preventative. There is not a preventative.
Okay.
So the fact that you're aware and you know, and you've already seen the movie once with your husband, it means that the process will be quicker and easier for you. In addition, the 3 credit bureaus reached a legal settlement recently that one of the areas addressed was them hopping to it when somebody has a problem with a married file. Because it wasn't that many years ago that somebody may have fought a problem with a married file for years and years, and now you should be able, hopefully, if your file does marry to your mom's, to be able to get it cleaned up in about 90 days.
Okay. And it should return to the previous credit score as if nothing happened?
That's the idea. And I'm not hearing the sheer number of complaints about married files getting unresolved that I used to have. So I need to take it at face value that the credit bureaus are doing a somewhat better job at that now.
Okay.
And
so just stay on top of it.
Well, I would recommend setting up an account at Credit Karma, Karma, and that way you're able to see your credit score whenever you want to for free.
Okay.
And if your credit score suddenly starts tanking, you'll know why, because you'll already know what the circumstance could be that could cause it to drop several hundred points.
Okay.
Now, on the issue of your mom, is there any chance that she might be able to get some help from, like, the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, maybe keep her short of having to go the step of filing bankruptcy?
That's not something we've really talked a lot about. I know that she's thinking that she needs to file bankruptcy because it's kind of, a deep dark hole, and there's no way that, I don't think that she can foresee getting out of it. But
Elizabeth, I don't know if, your mom, I don't know if she'd be comfortable doing this, but if you could ask her if maybe she'd call in and I could talk to her about her situation and see if I have some other guidance or advice that might be better than her going the bankruptcy path.
I would love that. That would be great if she could call in and talk to you.
All right, that would be wonderful, because sometimes that is the only option remaining, but other times I find that people are too influenced by the ads they see, and they think that bankruptcy is the answer when something else may be a much better idea. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For tonight, partly cloudy, low for the rest of your Tuesday, 71 to 75. Tomorrow, clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm, high 92 to 96. Tomorrow night, low 71 to 75. Thursday, high 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Andy Robb.
This weather brought to you by Kenny's Place Nursery. Beautiful people selling beautiful plants and flowers at beautiful prices. Give them a call, 352-867-1213 for Kenny's Place.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
We are The Source, WOCA.
That's 800-589.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. It could be a stormy night with several fronts converging in the northeast all the way south to Florida.
The area we're keeping a close eye on, extending from the eastern Ohio across Pennsylvania into New Jersey, and including portions of southeastern New York.
National Weather Service meteorologist Frank Pereira. In addition, portions of the southwest, including Phoenix, could see some severe thunderstorm activity tonight. The June 30th deadline for a nuke deal with Iran is being extended by a week.
The work inside the negotiating room is on trying to resolve the differences that are still outstanding. Again, I won't speak to the specifics of all those differences, but there does remain. There are differences on some issues, and again, they're working through that.
State Department spokesman John Kirby. The White House announcing tomorrow that Cuba and the U.S. will soon reopen embassies. Fox News, we report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa know-how.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a four-banger, rolling a straight six, or running a V-something that rattles grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state local taxes or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license? At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today, 861-7484.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to John Goodwin. He's with the Science Fiction Writers of America, and he wants to talk to us about the celebrity outreach for writers of the future.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Laura Burns will be here from Career Source Citrus Levy Marion, giving us some information about jobs right here in our community.
Matt Wilkerson from Verizon Wireless Communications will be in the studio. He'll be speaking about all the new high-tech phones that are out there in the market.
And then attorney John Fuller from the law firm of Fuller & Fuller here in Ocala, answering your legal questions on his program, Legally Yours.
Stephanie Oswald is the award-winning editor-in-chief of Travel Girl magazine. She'll be speaking about patriotic travel tips and destinations for the 4th of July holiday.
And then the voice of travel, Anthony James, coming in from Homewood Suites, where he is the manager. He's coming in to talk to us about traveling. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
America Big Money, one listener at a time. Get ready to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. This is Clark Howard.
I'm so glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show, where it's about you learning to keep more of what you make. Our number, 877-87-CLARK, on the web, clarkhoward.com. And in addition, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Clark Howard. Coming up later this hour, we're going to talk recalls, the Chrysler recalls, what you need to know about that and other things going on in the world with the cars, like the airbag problems that you need to focus on. Right now, though, this is one that there's been so much buzz about. People have been posting questions for me, wanting to know if this is a scam. The $9 computer. You know about this thing? A lot of buzz on social media about it. If you're familiar with a Kickstarter, it's where people who have ideas that can be really mainstream, but they don't have the money to do them, to really harebrained schemes, people go out and try to get funders to fund them to kickstart the business. And the people who have the business plan for the $9 computer needed just a couple $100,000, well, just not much for a technology startup, but raised over $1 million in a blink because people were fascinated by the idea of somebody who said they could make a computer for $9. And you know what? It's not outlandish. It's not crazy at all because it's the guts of a computer for $9. And then you still have to hook up a keyboard to it, a mouse, a monitor. But it's a $9 computer that, if it truly materializes, will be something that will be great for kids to learn how inner workings of computers do their thing, because it runs on the Linux operating system. If you're familiar with Linux, it is the operating system of the techno geeks. It's different than a normal one. It's available for free, and you run the computer from this. Now, probably 10 years ago, our executive producer, Krista, needed a new computer, and I had read a review, and I bought her a Linux computer that ran on Linux. And Krista rejected that computer in the first 24 hours or 72 hours. How quick was it?
It was pretty quick.
It was pretty fast because you were looking for a traditional Microsoft Windows based computer.
I know, it's what we use at the office.
Yeah, you're just so conventional. So this is not for you if you are conventional, and it is not a freak show that you'll be able to buy the guts of a computer for under $10. It will be routine. You got to think about what's happened with the capability of the technology. The fitness trackers now, I saw some this weekend for $14.99. And if you go back just 18 months ago, what did a fitness tracker cost? A really rudimentary model was $150. Many were substantially more. But the technology has become, the underlying technology for so many devices has become so incredibly cheap. So a lot of what we pay for are whistles and bells. Is the $9 computer that's been kickstarted with $1 million, is it going to show up? Is it going to be $9? How soon will it happen? Who knows? But I can tell you the idea of a computer that will be more traditional, that will be a laptop type design with a screen, well, it will be a laptop, will be under $100 this Black Friday. And I don't have any proof to draw on. I don't own any computer company or retailer. I can just tell you, based on my years of experience and what's happened with the technology price points, I'm very confident that we will have those at under $100. Now, it was many years ago when I predicted that would be the year tablets would be $99 on Black Friday. And I was wrong. They didn't go below $129. But now tablets are commonly available below $50 for a tablet as the technology becomes more and more approachable, more and more affordable. And the $9 computer, it is not a scam, in spite of the fact maybe I've trained listeners too well, that the inquiries came in from people who thought that they were going to expose a scam to me. Brenda's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Brenda.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great, thank you, Brenda. You want to know how to be a great negotiator.
Yes, for an apartment.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell you just hire William Shatner, but that's for Priceline.
Oh, I like him too. I like that.
So are you currently a renter, or are you going to rent a place that's new to you?
New renter.
All right. So how the apartment rental market works has really morphed, really changed how rents are set. Do you have a sense of a general area of a town that you want to live in?
Yes.
Do you have a specific building or apartment that you know you want to live in?
Yes.
Okay. Are you willing to consider 2 or 3 or 4 different buildings in that area, or will you only go to that one place?
I'll consider at least one more, but there's not many more than that in the area. There's only about 2.
Okay. The reason I'm asking these questions is that the way apartment rents are set now is by computer modeling. They use programs much like airlines use to set the price of an airline seat. So the price could be, you could have, you looking at a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom?
2.
So let's say in the apartment building you're looking at, there are 200 2-bedroom apartments. It's possible that there's 100 different rents being paid in those 200 apartments now.
I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me, just from the research and the questions I've asked, and I can see different prices on different sites. So I kind of knew that, but I didn't know how to put myself in the best position possible.
So flexibility is the core and the key now with apartment rents, and the rents can change even within the same day on the same apartment unit in the same building, because of the computer modeling, that they may hit a certain date in a month and they're like, oops, chances are rising, we're not going to rent that apartment, let's offer a better price on it. And it won't be a human making that decision, it's the computer modeling making that decision. So what I'd like for you to do, if there's just a couple of buildings, is that you try to get on a first-name basis with the rental manager at each of the buildings.
Okay.
And say, here's what I'm looking at, and I got to hit a lower rent point, even if you don't. You say you got to hit a lower rent point than what they're quoting right now. What is there a particular day of the week that they're more often to cut rents on a unit? Or is there an identical unit, another part of the building, where you could give me a lower rent potentially?
I see.
Because that is one of the big changes, is that before the computer modeling, the 2 bedrooms would pretty much, or 1 bedrooms or whatever size it was, same floor plan, it would just be a standard rent.
Right, yeah.
And that's over.
I see that.
So that's where you have a computer calling the shots, but an experienced rental manager knows how the computer calls the shots. And that's why that's the person that they win and you win if they're able to occupy an additional unit, which is how they're judged, and you're able to get a better deal for your year's lease because they were able to guide you how their pricing system works.
And do you know how they compare market price to what a special they're offering you?
Well, that's just made up marketing stuff.
Well, that was part of the lease breakage terms, that you would have to pay an additional amount from what they would normally rent it versus what you're paying based on the number of months, either that you are there or that you leave.
So they're saying if they say that market rent is, let's say, I'm going to use simple numbers, 1,000, and they rent to you for 800, and you break the lease, they would then recapture the $200 for each month, taking it back to market rent.
Yes.
Okay, that's diabolical and something no one has ever mentioned to me.
That's what concerned me before agreeing to.
So the only way that is I hate to use the word fair, but it fits in this case, is if it's stated to you up front what that would be. And then the fact that they're saying that the market rate is blah, 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 you just have to know up front that's what you've agreed to, and that would be the pre-calculated penalty that you would pay.
Yes, they told me the amount. They sure did.
Okay, so you just got to stay in there for that length of term so you don't get hit by that.
Okay.
So I can tell you've been doing the kind of work that I encourage people to do by trying to dissect building by building, unit by unit.
Yes, and I just wanted to go over it with you, make sure I hadn't missed anything.
What's just out of curiosity, high to low, what's the difference in range you found for the 2 bedrooms?
About $60 less than what I was quoted.
Okay, I would have expected the difference to be larger than that, but that's still over the course of a year, $720 that's in your pocket that wouldn't be otherwise if you weren't trying to shop the market. So stay at it. Maybe you can get a bigger spread than that. Angela's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Angela.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure. You have a question about your student loans.
Yes. In 2009, I owed $104,000 through a private bank. Over the last 6 years, I've been able to pay down to $54,000.
Oh, man, you are my hero of the day.
Thank you. But it's really depressing. Like, do I just suck it up and keep paying?
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yeah, especially if they're private loans, there is no way out.
No.
So the good news is now that you've cut the balance roughly in half, the interest carry going forward has less and less an effect, where more of every dollar you pay is going straight to the loan balance rather than to interest.
Correct.
So you should feel so proud of yourself that you attacked a mountain, a Mount Everest, that most people would be defeated by, and instead you're chopping that mountain down to size.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be discouraged. I'd be proud.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And so the question I always ask when somebody has north of $100,000 student loan debt, or you had, was the degree worth the cost?
Well, I technically didn't get a degree. I ended up getting my RN diploma through a hospital program, so I still have to go back to school and get my bachelor's.
Okay, but you are an RN being paid as an RN.
Yeah.
Does the medical center you work for have any program where for longevity they will pay part of your student loans off?
I actually haven't looked into that.
Ask that question. Sorry?
I was actually looking into the military as an option.
Well, the medical center, you're at a traditional medical center?
It's a small community hospital.
They may have a program for retention where for you staying for a period of time that they will extinguish some of that student loan debt for you.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
And these are, I want to clarify, these are all private loans, not federal loans?
Correct. They're all private.
Okay, because if they were federal, you would have forgiveness coming from the feds because of your public service profession. But the hospital may be your best bet to have relief from some of that remaining $54,000. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So don't delay. Call General Steel today at 866-96-STEEL. That's 866-96-STEEL. Need more planning? No problem. General Steel can help you with that right now. Call General Steel and be in your new building this year. 866-96-STEEL. That's 866-967-8335.
Want a more colorful summer? Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains during the Great Summer Painting Party, June 21st through July 6th. With colors like Beach House, Julep, and Fireworks, summer never looked better. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams paint store and save 30% today. Find your nearest store at sherwinwilliams.com/sale. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I'm Lester Holt with NBC Nightly News.
And I'm Chuck Todd with Meet the Press.
We know you can't always watch on our schedule,
so that's why we are always available on yours.
With video on demand, you can watch NBC Nightly News
and Meet the Press
any day of the week,
any time of the day.
In-depth reporting on the day's top stories from NBC Nightly News.
And political conversations, insight, and analysis from Meet the Press.
Watch our latest broadcasts anytime
with video on demand.
WOCA AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3 FM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For tonight, partly cloudy, low for the rest of your Tuesday, 71 to 75. Tomorrow, clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm, high 92 to 96. Tomorrow night, low 71 to 75. Thursday, high 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Andy Robb.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lockdock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lockdock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show is 877-87-CLARK. But it's time for Ask Clark, where you post a question for me at clarkhoward.com. Joel, who's first?
Clark, Brad wrote it. He says, I own a timeshare. I paid it. It's paid in full that I purchased in 1999. I just don't have the time to use it, and I'm not happy with the fees. My question is, can you recommend an honest company to assist in selling it? And B, what are the repercussions of just not paying the fees and walking away?
Can't walk away because they'll eat you up in court. They'll get a judgment against you. It will haunt you. Brutal. Finding a way to sell it, reality, things have improved just a hair, just a touch from the depths of the Great Recession, where you had to pay people thousands of dollars to take over a timeshare that was already paid for. Now you might be able to straight out give it away. There's a website called vacatia.com. Once was a beta, now full-blown thing, vacatia.com, where you may be able to scare up someone who will take it over, maybe even pay you a tiny amount of money for your timeshare. But anybody who says pay them and they'll get it sold for you, liar, liar.
Clark, Todd says, most of your advice is for people in debt and or struggling to save money. Have you ever considered writing a book for rich people, people who make plenty of money and save a lot? I trust you, but most of your advice doesn't quite fit my situation.
So congratulations to you that you have gotten rich. And there are lots of people that specialize in dealing with the very, very wealthy in the country. And I like to serve people who are trying to make it or make things better in their lives rather than people who already have lots of money. You have the option of paying someone who is a fee-only person to give you guidance and advice. And so because you have the resources and the wealth to do that, it's not where my area of interest is going to be, because I want to make sure that people who don't have the resources have the information and knowledge that they can use so they get to that point. So I'm sorry I'm underserving you.
Geico Motorcycle presents Reflections from the Road.
Every time I rev my engine down an open stretch of road, I'm glad I switched to Geico Motorcycle Insurance. Because nothing feels better than saving money with Geico. Except maybe the time I saved a life. A squirrel's life. Gave that little feller mouth to mouth, and then he bit me. On second thought, saving money with Geico probably feels better.
Geico Motorcycle Insurance. See how much you could save.
We could use a bunch of fancy scientific studies to explain how Seafoam cleans your engine and improves performance. But recent scientific studies show that scientific studies are boring. So here's something that's not. Seafoam Motor Treatment, now at Napa for only $7.99. At just $7.99 for Seafoam, you don't need science to tell you that's awesome. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, 16.
WOCA AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. It could be a stormy night with several fronts converging in the northeast all the way south to Florida.
An area we're keeping a close eye on, extending from the eastern Ohio across Pennsylvania into New Jersey and including portions of southeastern New York.
National Weather Service meteorologist Frank Pereira. In addition, portions of the southwest, including Phoenix, could see some severe thunderstorm activity tonight. The June 30th deadline for a nuke deal with Iran is being extended by a week.
The work inside the negotiating room is on trying to resolve the differences that are still outstanding. Again, I won't speak to the specifics of all those differences, but there does remain. There are differences on some issues, and again, they're working through that.
State Department spokesman John Kirby. The White House announcing tomorrow that Cuba and the U.S. will soon reopen embassies. Fox News, we report, you decide.
The more you learn about your insurance coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, I love this new master bedroom.
When you're really only covered for this.
Check out my new addition.
Wow, a Murphy bed.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Or how you may be covered if you drive your car into a pool.
That pool came out of nowhere.
But not if you drive a carpool. Talk to a farmer's agent about what gaps might be hiding in your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Napa Know-How.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a four-banger, rolling a straight six, or running a V-something that rattles grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to John Goodwin. He's with the Science Fiction Writers of America, and he wants to talk to us about the celebrity outreach for writers of the future.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Laura Burns will be here from Career Source Citrus Levy-Marion, giving us some information about jobs right here in our community.
Matt Wilkerson from Verizon Wireless Communications will be in the studio. He'll be speaking about all the new high-tech phones that are out there in the market.
And then attorney John Fuller from the law firm of Fuller & Fuller here in Ocala, answering your legal questions on his program, Legally Yours.
Stephanie Oswald is the award-winning editor-in-chief of Travel Girl magazine. She'll be speaking about patriotic travel tips and destinations for the 4th of July holiday.
And then the voice of travel, Anthony James, coming in from Homewood Suites, where he is the manager. He's coming in to talk to us about traveling. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
La Famiglia Pizzeria has moved into Ocala. Stop by today at 2504 Southeast 17th Street and see for yourself what everyone is talking about.
Awesome place. I never get pizza anywhere else.
Great New York style pizza and dishes.
Best pizza in Ocala.
One trip and you'll agree La Famiglia Pizzeria is the best. La Famiglia Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
Want to learn more about your furnace or air conditioner? Tune in this Saturday for free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com. Saturday, free tips and expert advice how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com.
In 1870, federal legislation established July 4th as a national holiday. The Voice of South Marion wants to remind you of the freedom that it represents. Have fun and enjoy all the celebrations, but remember to keep it safe. Don't drink and drive, auto or boat. Be careful with fireworks and never allow youngsters to be unsupervised. Make this holiday one to remember for all the fun. Happy Independence Day from all of your friends at the Voice of South Marion.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is a place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show, where it's all about you learning ways to save more and spend less. And don't let anybody ever rip you off. Our number, 877-87-CLARK. On the web, clarkhoward.com. Follow me, facebook.com/Clark Howard. There's millions of cars that are under recall for all different reasons right now. The most dangerous generally are the Takata airbags that are in many different makes and models. We have a vehicle that is under recall for that, and we have not been able to get an appointment for the replacement yet. And the sheer number of vehicles that need the airbags replaced, very serious. One of my producers was in a car wreck in one of the vehicles that has been recalled, and it was a serious wreck, and the airbags did not deploy. The issue has been that they either do or don't. She was hurt some, but okay in the aftermath. But this is a dangerous situation, and if you get one of the airbag recalls, you're going to have to claw and scratch to get an appointment and get those airbags replaced, because the backlog has been and will continue to be so severe. And then the issues going on with Chrysler right now, my goodness. Chrysler just suffered a huge jury verdict for a child's death in a vehicle that they had fought doing anything about the safety issues involving the gas tank. And this poor child was incinerated by this vehicle, and the company's remained defiant in the aftermath of that jury verdict. And Chrysler now is facing a very, very rare federal hearing about the issues of Chrysler allegedly dragging its feet on recalls on its vehicles. And all I can tell you, Chrysler, don't be dumb here. Toyota already went through this, where Toyota suffered the loss of millions of vehicle sales years ago and billions of dollars in foregone revenue and possibly profits as well, because they played rough and tough and hostile on fixing problems with cars that had been recalled or that should have been recalled. And this is a loser's game you're playing when you don't take care of people's vehicles. Now, that brings you and me forward. A big percent of people whose vehicles are recalled for serious safety issues, we get busy lives. We don't make time for it. Too much hassle. We don't call in. We don't get an appointment. We don't get it addressed. Now, here's an automaker that's saying, we know there's a problem with the vehicle that's dangerous, and we're going to fix it for free. Do it. Get the recall work done. If you've got one of those notices that fell behind a drawer or it's stacked under other papers, my assignment for you is when you get home, go dig that thing out and make an appointment and take care of the vehicle. On the other hand, I will tell you, as I've said before, vehicles are much safer than they used to be. Phenomenally safer. Driving is much safer than it used to be. You look at miles traveled versus accidents, injuries, fatalities. Driving has never been safer. But why tempt fate? If you know there's something wrong with your vehicle, please, for yourself, or if you have a family, for your family, get it taken care of. And Chrysler, again, just do the right thing. Jenny joins us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Jenny.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
It's my pleasure. You have an either-or question for me. Let's see if I can do it as an either-or.
Okay.
What are you facing?
I currently have my husband and I, about $10,000 in credit card debt. We had some unexpected issues come up, but never have ever thought that I would have that much debt because I hate being in it. But my question is, we don't have a car payment right now. Both of our cars are paid off. So I was contemplating selling my car and paying off all of the credit card debt and then just buying a new car. And I realized that, significantly more than $10,000, but a lower interest rate, and I can afford the payments. And I was just wondering if that would be wise. Would that help my credit score?
Okay, so you would, let me see if I follow that. You would get rid of the car you have now, get a new car with a new loan?
Yes, but sell my car to pay off the credit card debt, and I would have no more credit card debt.
And then start over with a new car loan.
Right.
So the average cost of a new car today is $32,600. You can buy a new car for a lot less, but
right.
I would rather see you, if you're driving for free and the car behaves itself.
Yes.
I would much rather see you keep driving what you have and instead put your efforts towards paying on the $10K that you have in credit card debt.
Okay.
Because to take the $10K to $30K, it just, I'm not excited about that. So how old is the car you have?
It's a 2010.
Oh, no. Keep that 2010. Because in the 5 years, the car has lost probably 55-60% of its value. And from here on, it doesn't have much value left to lose. So every year you keep it on the road, that 2010, you're driving it for less and less cost. Where if you buy a new 2015 or a 2016, you're starting that whole cycle over again with it losing so much value each year as cars do in the first 5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Okay.
So I would just tackle that credit card debt as best you can. Tell me, what's the interest rate on your credit card debt?
Oh, gosh, it's like 10%.
Right, 10% for credit card debt is not awful.
It feels awful.
I know, but that's a lot less than the average interest rate on a credit card, which I think is around 17.
Oh, gosh.
So,
okay.
I'll tell you what I love. See if you can figure out what it would cost you. In fact, it says it on your statement. It says on your statement how much you'd have to pay on each of your cards per month to wipe it out in 3 years.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's like $335. It's just one card.
So if you think about, you take out a payment on a new car that at $32,000, it's going to be a lot more than that. So just treat it as if it's a car payment and pay that $300 and something each month, because you would have been paying more anyway.
Yes.
You sound discouraged.
Well, I just, in my mind, okay, I have a 12-year-old daughter, and I think that by the time she turns 16, I would almost have that car paid off, and she could either take over payments, and then I'm trying to think, ahead as far as, because I know this car is not going to last me forever.
Oh, it'll last a long time, and when she turns 16, that may be the car you want her driving, because it'll be cheaper to insure as a fully depreciated out used car, and then you get yourself something newer or new to drive at that point. Jeremy joins us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, how you doing, Clark?
Great, thank you. You are an insurance person.
I am.
It's great to have you here.
How you doing?
Great, thank you. Hope you are. How can I serve you?
Good. Well, I'm brand new as an insurance agent. I've been in the insurance business for about a year now, and I know that you've mentioned a lot of different pitfalls that the insurance business has and that can scam people. And I'm curious on what your input is on how I can serve my clients as ethically as possible.
And are you selling auto and homeowners? Or are you selling life insurance, disability insurance, annuities? Where are you in the business?
Mainly property and casualty, which would be your home, auto, condo, but I also do have life and health as well.
So with the property and casualty insurance, it's easy to do the right thing. I mean, because that is ultimately completely and totally a relationship business that people will stick with you over the years. And I think just staying in touch with your customers and telling them, are you an independent agent or are you a captive agent?
Captive.
So if you're captive, you can't quote competitive with other providers, but you can certainly have a conversation each 6 months at renewal time with your book of business, talking to your clients about what's going on in their lives, how you might be able to help them. I mean, that's what people need. They don't think about this stuff, and they don't know what you know already after a year. And so you asked me how to best serve people. I think it's communication and being there to say, oh, well, you may need to consider XYZ because something in their life situation has changed, their circumstance has changed. I'm not, I'm already not worried about you, Jeremy, simply by what you're noodling, what you're thinking about, and what you asked me.
Gotcha.
So as long as in your heart and your head, you're always thinking, how best can I serve this client? You will never have to worry about, did you do the right thing or not?
I hear you.
And it's much easier. It's much easier for you doing property and casualty insurance than it is for somebody who's involved in life insurance, because there are a lot more ethical dilemmas that come into people's lives every single day that sell on the life and the annuity side, because the whole deck is stacked towards products that the higher the commission, the more likely they are to be things that don't serve the client well. You don't have that conflict to worry about, so you can feel at peace about it. Thanks for calling and asking. And Joel, I think we have time for an Ask Clark right here. Who's it from?
All right, Clark. Sarah wrote in. She said, do you have a list of recommended reverse mortgage lenders, and what's your opinion on the benefits and risks?
So I don't have a recommended list of reverse mortgage lenders because I've always looked at reverse mortgages as a last option, not a first. If you don't know the term, what it means is that you take out a loan where the lender pays you every month, eating against the equity in a home that is paid off, and develops debt over time in return for generating cash. It's designed for people who are house rich, cash poor, usually north of 65, well, always north of 65, and you just don't have enough to pay for each month. A reverse mortgage should only be considered as the final possible option because the fees up front for a reverse mortgage are gigantic. So any legit lender will require that you go through financial counseling first. And the best way to figure out the best one is multiple quotes, and don't respond to any of the TV offers that are advertised on TV for reverse mortgages. I can tell you none of those are deals you want to go anywhere near. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's July 4th weekend, live from Daytona. It's about rockets, red glare, white knuckles, and blue steel. Love taps, trading paint, and taking flags. It's friends, family, and a whole lot of faith. America, start your engines. NASCAR is back on NBC. The Coke 0400 Sunday, 7 Eastern on NBC. Coverage begins Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on NBCSN.
Napa know-how! You bought 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional oil and a Napa silver filter for just $19.99. So now's your time to shine, king of the cul-de-sac. Just don't drop the drain plug in the pan. Again. 5 quarts of Valvoline and a silver filter, just $19.99. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying. Now is the perfect time to get ahead on weed control for an overall aesthetic appearance. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440 or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
WOCA.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. And Martha's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Martha, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing much better today than I was on Friday.
How come? What happened to you on Friday?
I had my wallet stolen at a local coffee shop. I was there at a meeting and sitting there, had my purse underneath the chair, and realized through a text alert that someone was trying to use one of my credit cards. And pulled up my purse. My wallet was gone. And, then it started. I had to make the phone calls. I called the police, did all that kind of stuff. But I was thankful because I had frozen my credit a couple of months ago. So I didn't have to worry that they had my driver's license and my credit cards, that they were going to open up credit in my name.
Wow, that's such a real life experience where something that could have been a major hassle is just a hassle.
It's just a hassle. I have to tell you that